Dear you, I didn't realize how quiet my heart had become until someone tried to knock on it again. Not loudly, not forcefully, just enough to make me notice it was still there. You know that feeling when life finally settles into something steady, something safe, and you start mistaking peace for loneliness? That's where I was. Strong, healed, focused, but careful in a way that wrapped around my heart like bubble wrap. I told myself I was protecting my peace, but sometimes I wonder if I was just afraid to feel deeply again. Then I met him, not in some dramatic way, not sparks flying across a crowded room, just a normal moment, a coffee shop line, both of us reaching for sugar packets at the same time, laughing about how mornings clearly weren't either of our strong suits. His name was Marcus. He had calm energy, the kind that doesn't rush into your space but makes room for you to breathe, the kind that listens without waiting to talk. We talked about simple things at first: work, kids, life, and somehow it didn't feel heavy. It felt easy, too easy. And that's when fear showed up. Because after chaos, calm feels suspicious. I caught myself scanning for red flags that weren't there, overanalyzing pauses, reading into texts, bracing for disappointment before it had a chance to exist. Healing taught me strength, but it also taught me walls. And that day, walking out of that coffee shop with his number in my phone, I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't scared of being hurt again. I was scared of hoping again. We started talking more. Nothing intense, just consistent. Good morning messages, checking in during the day, asking about my kids like he actually cared about the answer. It felt unfamiliar, being considered instead of chased. No love bombing, no emotional roller coasters, just presence. And somehow that made my chest tighten more than drama ever did. Because chaos is loud, peace is quiet, and quiet requires trust. One evening, he asked if I wanted to go for a walk at the park. Nothing fancy, just air, movement, conversation. The old version of me would have said yes instantly. The healed version hesitated because I was tired of rebuilding myself after every connection. But I went. We walked slowly, the sky turning soft shades of pink and gold. He talked about his childhood, his goals, the mistakes he'd learned from, not in a polished way, in a real way. And I found myself opening up too, about my past, about heartbreak, about learning how to choose myself. He listened, not trying to fix it, not minimizing it, just hearing me. You didn't deserve that, he said quietly. And for some reason, that sentence hit harder than all the apologies I never got, because it came without guilt, without defensiveness, without an agenda, just truth. That's when I felt it, the dangerous thing: hope. Hope is beautiful and terrifying because hope invites possibility, and possibility invites pain if it goes wrong. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, heart racing like I was back in my 20s. Not because of lust, because of vulnerability, because someone kind had entered my life and I didn't know if I trusted myself to handle it wisely. I prayed quietly, asking God to guard my heart but not harden it, to help me discern peace from fear. Because there's a difference between protecting yourself and imprisoning yourself. Marcus didn't rush me. Days passed. Conversations grew deeper. He was consistent in a way that didn't fade. And still, part of me kept waiting for the switch to flip, for the ghosting, for the excuses, for the emotional withdrawal. Trauma teaches you to expect endings even in beginnings. Then one evening, after laughing over something small and silly, he looked at me and said, "I like you, and I'd like to take this slow but intentional." Slow, intentional. Two words that felt safer than fireworks. And yet my heart panicked anyway, because slow meant real, and real meant risk. Dear you, here's what healing doesn't tell you: the hardest part isn't letting go of the wrong love. It's learning how to receive the healthy one. Chaos trained me to equate anxiety with passion. Peace felt unfamiliar, quiet felt empty, but maybe quiet is where love finally has room to grow. And just when I started leaning into that possibility, just when I allowed myself to believe this could be differently, something happened that made my stomach drop. A small moment, a simple discovery, one detail that reminded me how easily trust can shatter. And in that instant, I had to decide: run back into emotional safety or risk trusting again. Dear you, healing doesn't end when you feel strong. It begins when strength meets vulnerability. And the next choice I made changed everything. Hope